When you reach a higher level of awareness, something strange starts to happen. The things that once excited you no longer hold the same power. The noise, the drama, the constant emotional roller coaster that used to feel addictive suddenly feels heavy. It's not that you've become emotionless, it's that your energy now recognizes what drains it. That's the real reason spiritually awake people value peace over drama. When your consciousness expands, chaos no longer entertains you, it exhausts you. You begin to notice that peace is not the absence of movement, it's the alignment of your inner world. It's the moment when you stop needing to prove yourself, defend your truth, or win every argument. The energy that used to go into reacting now goes into understanding. You stop trying to control the storm and start learning how to stand still in it. That shift changes everything. Most people live in survival mode, addicted to noise, confusion, and emotional highs. They don't realize drama is a distraction, a clever trap that keeps them from hearing their own mind. But once your awareness deepens, you start seeing how much peace costs and how little drama gives back. Peace feels quiet, but it's powerful. It doesn't shout, it strengthens. It doesn't compete, it observes. And when you reach that level of consciousness, you stop confusing peace with boredom. You understand that the silence that once scared you is actually where your real growth happens. You notice how people who are still trapped in chaos try to pull you back into it. They don't do it because they hate your peace. They do it because your peace reminds them of their own lack of control. The calmer you get, the more uncomfortable they become. That's the test of higher consciousness. Can you stay centered when everything around you is trying to pull you off balance? Most people think awakening is about glowing light and positive energy. But in truth, it's about boundaries, discipline, and learning to protect your inner space. You stop arguing with people who twist your words. You stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. You start valuing silence more than proving your point. Because when you understand energy, you realize every reaction is an investment. Every time you engage in unnecessary drama, you spend emotional currency on something that gives no return. So you start saving your energy like it's sacred. Because it is. Peace becomes your new wealth. The transformation begins quietly. You notice how your circle gets smaller, but your clarity grows sharper. You no longer chase validation, you chase understanding. You begin to sense who carries peace and who carries chaos, just by how you feel after spending time with them. You start leaving rooms not because of pride, but because your spirit recognizes when the energy isn't right. That's the wisdom that comes with awakening. You realize not every battle is meant to be fought, and not every opinion needs your response. You can see the same argument that once hooked you, but now instead of reacting, you smile. Because you see through it. You see the pattern, how drama feeds on reaction and how peace starves it. You start choosing your energy with intention, not emotion. It's not that you don't care anymore. It's that you care differently. You care enough about your peace to not let someone else's chaos take it away. There's a moment in every awakening when you finally understand. Your peace is your power. It's what keeps you stable in uncertainty. When everyone else is losing their minds, your calm becomes magnetic. People may not understand it, but they feel it. Your silence becomes louder than their noise. That's why spiritually awake people no longer argue with life. They align with it. They stop needing to control everything because they've realized control is an illusion. When you live in a higher state of consciousness, you learn to flow instead of force. You trust the process even when it's unclear. You stop running from discomfort because you understand it's part of growth. And because of that, your life starts to feel lighter. Not because everything around you changed, but because your perception did. You stop needing to fight every wave and learn to surf it. That's peace. But here's what most people miss. Peace takes strength. It's easy to react. It's easy to complain, to gossip, to blame, to scroll endlessly through negativity. But it takes real strength to stay grounded when life throws chaos your way. It takes wisdom to not take the bait when someone tries to trigger you. The spiritually awake have mastered that art, not because they're better, but because they've been through enough storms to know how draining it is to chase every wave. They've cried enough, argued enough, lost enough to understand that nothing outside them is worth disturbing what's inside them. That's the lesson. Peace isn't something you find, it's something you protect. Every time you choose not to react, you're reinforcing that protection. Every time you let something go instead of letting it in, you strengthen your energy. And the more you do it, the more you realize how peaceful people seem to attract miracles without trying. Because peace sharpens your intuition. When your mind is calm, you make better choices. You sense things faster. You read energy clearly. You stop confusing noise for opportunities. That's how spiritually awake people move differently. Not because they know everything, but because they're finally quiet enough to listen to what life is telling them. Their peace allows clarity to speak, and clarity brings direction. That's the hidden power behind higher consciousness. It's not about being above anyone. It's about being deeply connected to yourself. It's when your mind and energy stop fighting each other. You stop needing external validation to feel secure. You stop depending on attention to feel alive. You find that your joy, your confidence, your calm, that all of it comes from within. And when it does, no external chaos can shake it. There's also a strange side effect. When you value peace, you become more selective with what you consume. You stop feeding your mind with content that lowers your energy. You begin to notice how certain conversations, shows, or even thoughts leave you feeling drained, and so you start curating your environment like you would curate your diet. You realize mental junk food is just as harmful as physical junk food. You begin to choose silence over gossip, solitude over fake company, presence over distraction. You don't isolate yourself. You elevate yourself. Because once you've tasted peace, chaos feels like poison. And once your mind has experienced clarity, confusion feels unbearable. That's the point of awakening. To reach a place where peace isn't a reward you wait for, it's a lifestyle you live in. But that peace doesn't come without challenges. You'll notice people may misread it. They'll call you distant, cold, detached, or changed. They'll project their own discomfort onto your calmness because they can't relate to it yet. But don't take it personally. Your energy is just operating at a different frequency now. You no longer engage in low vibrations because your mind simply doesn't function there anymore. You've evolved past the need to always explain, defend, or justify your peace. You've learned that real maturity is staying kind but firm, open but grounded, aware but unattached. That balance is what separates awakening from ego. Peace doesn't mean you let everything slide. It means you choose your battles with wisdom. You can still say no, still set boundaries, still walk away. But now you do it without hatred. You do it from clarity, not chaos. That's how spiritually awake people move. Calm, not passive. Peaceful, not weak. As your consciousness expands, you begin to notice another shift. You stop romanticizing chaos. You no longer crave emotional highs because you've tasted emotional stability. You realize peace feels better than attention, and solitude feels better than fake connection. You see how many people chase excitement thinking it's happiness, when in reality it's just distraction. You used to think being busy meant being successful, but now you understand being balanced is what truly matters. You start valuing slow mornings, deep conversations, and quiet spaces that feed your soul. You learn that peace doesn't mean life is perfect. It means you're no longer a prisoner of your reactions. You can experience stress without becoming it. You can witness negativity without absorbing it. That's mastery. That's real power. The beauty of this transformation is that it's invisible to most. No one sees the mental battles you've overcome, the peace you've built through pain, or the self-control it took to not react when everything inside you wanted to. That's what makes spiritually awake people different. They've earned their peace through self-awareness. Every silent response, every calm breath, every time they chose not to feed into drama, they were training their energy. They were mastering emotional intelligence in a world addicted to reaction. And that's why their presence feels so different. It's balanced. It doesn't demand attention, it commands respect. In the end, valuing peace over drama isn't about escaping the world. It's about mastering how you move through it. It's realizing that your vibration is your protection, your calm is your power, and your awareness is your guide. The more you choose peace, the more life aligns around that energy. People may misunderstand you, but peace will always reward you with clarity. Because peace isn't passive, it's active alignment with your higher self. It's the silent statement that says, I choose to rise above. So when you find yourself surrounded by drama, remember, you don't have to participate in it to prove your growth. Your silence is already proof. Your calm is already evidence. And your peace is already your victory. If this connected with you, thank you for watching until the end. Like and subscribe, because your journey toward peace deserves every bit of support and energy that reminds you you're not alone on this path, and your calm is your greatest strength.